A survey finds 41% of Americans use the holidays as an excuse to postpone getting in a good routine. New York Times bestselling author James Clear wrote the book Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. And he's here to help us make healthy choices.
He's back, James Clear.
I don't want to pressure anybody to make healthy choices, but if one would like to, what's your advice to help them on their journey?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a good framing too. You know, like it's not our job to try to change people's behavior. You can decide. But assuming that you want to do something more healthy or more productive, a lot of people feel like when the holidays creep in, they don't get to maintain the healthy routines they usually have. So first thing I like to recommend is reduce the scope, but stick to the schedule. So, your schedule is how frequently you perform the habit, right? But the scope might mean, well, we're traveling. I can't work out for the normal full hour. Right. Could do one push-up, one sit-up. Sounds like not much, but the goal actually here is not to transform your body. It's to cast a vote for I'm the type of person who doesn't miss workouts, right? It's to like reinforce the identity.
It's kind of stay in the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like your home court versus away court.
Yeah.
Explain, please, James.
So this is an idea I heard from Daria Rose. She's a neuroscientist and food blogger, and she describes us as having home court habits and away court habits.
Yeah.
So your home court habits are the habits that you do when you're in your normal work or home environment. And your away court is when you're traveling or on the road or at a family's house for
That's where it
holidays.
gets hard. So what do you do?
The away court is tough because you don't control the space as much.
Yeah.
And so I actually think, ironically or paradoxically, the place to focus first is to optimize the home court because that's where you spend most of your time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you zoom out, over the course of a year, you might have 10 days that you're, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, New Year's Day, that are upsetting and you're like in the away court environment. Yeah. So focus on the home court first, let the away.
Nearly half of Americans will say they'll break their diet during the holiday season. Tony's putting butter on tacos.
That's his regular diet.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a broken diet. That's actually
that's your routine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of the food.
So how do you find balance when all of this holiday temptation is in front of you?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's a concept I talk about in Atomic Habits I call environment design.
Yeah.
And I was speaking with Gayle about this earlier. Basically, you could take like the leftovers. It sounds like a silly small thing. Yeah. But the unhealthy ones, you can put them in aluminum foil or something that you can't see through. Yeah. The healthy ones, you can put them in like saran wrap.
Well, what about my sensory radar for this?
Sure.
Well, I thought that was good advice, though. Yeah.
Well, I think what's useful about it, even though it sounds simple, is that the larger concept is that you want the good uses of your time, the productive habits, to be easy to see, readily visible, available, and obvious. And you want the things that are bad habits to be more steps between you and them, invisible, hard to see, greater friction.
Never miss twice. What's that? I thought that was
so. Never miss twice is basically saying, look, you may fall off course. You may have one meal that you don't like. You may have, you may skip a workout.
Yep.
I wish that hadn't happened, but never miss twice. So let me make sure the next meal is a healthy one, or the next day I get to work out in.
Yeah. And don't beat yourself up about the last one. Focus on the next one.
Sure. Focus on the next action.
Yeah. Because if you beat yourself up about the last one, it's over.
You're just beating yourself up.
That's all you're doing. Yeah, it does.
It hurts slapping your own self in the face.
It sure does.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, James.